Today I will show you how to make this flip down stack card. The card starts looking like this. You unwrap it and it comes and flips down just like that. We will be using the Flowering Flourishes stamp set, the Petite Petals stamp set, the Around Array stamp set, which is retiring on June 2nd, and the Papillon Potpourri stamp set. Your cardstock pieces for this card are a Tempting Turquoise base of 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored at 4.25 inches. 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock cut at 4 inches by 5.25 inches. 1 piece of Old Olive cut at 3.75 inches by 5 inches. 5 pieces of Basic Black cut at 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. 1 white piece at 2 3/8 inches by 1 3/8 inches. Another white piece at 2 3/8 inches by 4 1/8 inch. A scrap piece of Soft Sky. A scrap piece of Whisper White. A scrap piece of Pink Pirouette. And 2 pieces of ribbon, each measuring 4.25 inches long. Okay, let's get started with the stamping. You're going to take your Pink Pirouette piece and take the flower from Petite Petals, and in Melon Mambo ink you're going to stamp it twice and then punch it out with the Petite Petals punch. Okay. You're going to take your white scrap and you're going to stamp the sentiment from the Around Array stamp set in Melon Mambo and the large butterfly in Tempting Turquoise, and then you're going to punch those out using the butterfly punch and the 7/8 inch scallop circle punch. You're going to take your Soft Sky piece and stamp that same butterfly, large butterfly, once, and the small butterfly once. And those shadows don't matter because we're going to punch them out. And then finally we're going to take the other pieces, the Old Olive piece, and using Old Olive ink and the large flourish from the Flowering Flourishes stamp set, I'm going to stamp that right in the center. On your Whisper White piece, you're going to stamp in the bottom corner with the flourish, and then get the large butterfly in the Tempting Turquoise and stamp it up in the top. This little piece of Whisper White, which measures, I believe that's the 1 3/8 by 2 3/8 piece. It will mat with the black. You're going to take and just stamp the top of the flourish, just like that. And finally, on this piece of Whisper White, you're again going to stamp the entire flourish or as much as you can. Just like that. Okay, now we're ready to assemble our card. First, you'll take your base and fold it. And take your blank piece of Whisper White and your Old Olive piece that has the flourish. And put those together. Now I recommend that you either use quite a bit of mono adhesive or your snail, or use a liquid glue on this card because it does get quite heavy with the flip portion. First thing you're going to do is punch a hole in the center top and take a candy dot brad and put a piece of baker's twine, just about a 3 or 4 inch little piece, just enough that you can grip it and tie a knot, just like that. You're then going to trim off one end. And tie a knot at the other end. And place that inside your card. Just like that. Now you can attach this to the front of your card, and here I'm going to use the liquid glue because this piece does have that brad there. Okay, you can set that to the side. You're going to take 3 of your black squares and you're going to take about 1-inch segments of the sticky strip. Now this is retiring on June 2nd, but I've already seen in the new catalog, which we just got to see today, there is a replacement, so don't worry. And you're going to cut actually 6, but I've gone ahead and done one side. You're going to take these 3 pieces and line them up with about 1/8 of an inch gap. And about 1/4 inch from each side, you're going to place sticky strip in a line down them like this. And I recommend you work one side and then the other. It's a little easier that way. And you're going to take your pieces of ribbon and attach them. So I'll remove these. I'll remove the first one. And attach my ribbon. Remove the second. And keeping that same gap on both sides, attach my ribbon. And if it doesn't work out the first time, you can always pull it up. If you do it more than 2 or 3 times, you may want to put some more sticky strip down. And then you'll do your final one. Just like that. If you have any hanging over the end, you will want to trim that off. Just like that. Okay. Then you're going to take the other two and I'm going to use liquid glue here so that it holds well against that ribbon and paper. And they are going to go on the bottom two. Just like that. You're going to bring your card back. Move that out of the way. This is the back of your top. You're going to take some glue. And glue that down in the center of your card. Just like that. So you'll see these will fold up against that. So now you can set that to the side. This piece here we're going to cut. And we are going to cut each one of them into 1 3/8. So it's 1 3/8 and 1 3/8. You'll end up with 3 pieces. And you'll want to keep those in order. And again, we'll glue them. Down just like that. Just make sure that you've got them going the right direction. Flip the card up and flip it one more time like that. Take this piece, punch a hole up at the top, put another candy dot brad in, put some glue on it, and place it right like that. Okay. Finally, we will start attaching our pieces and putting on some bling. So the first thing is you'll do the large butterfly on the soft sky. And using a glue dot, you'll place him here. You want to make sure that he doesn't get bent here and he's not showing here. Your sentiment from the round array will go in the center here. And finally at the bottom you'll put one of your flowers. Flip this up. Put the small butterfly up here and your large white butterfly down here. And on the inside of the card we'll put that final flower. Now we'll add some rhinestones. So we'll use a medium rhinestone on the inside of the card here. And then I find for the butterfly bodies I use these strips and I trim them in 3s. And that's perfect length for the bodies. And I keep them together as a unit. And place them. Take another one, place it there. Take the third one. Now everywhere there's a flower, I'm going to put a rhinestone, and where there's this large one, I'm going to use a large rhinestone. And medium rhinestones in the other locations. Okay. Oops. One more body up here. Medium, large, medium, and medium. And you are done. And so this folds up just like that. And there's your card.